Yo guys, this is DoD FireFox with a new Hades build order for the new patch. So as you know, the villager timer has been set to 18 seconds instead of 15. And so the build order will change a little bit. We start out by herding in the food and we put 3 on gold and 1 on wood as before. But now we collect 1 batch of food from the next villager and then we send the villager to wood. This was a nice input by Boyd, so the caster I am Boyd, because normally you have to force drop, but with this little adjustment, you don't have to force drop in this build anymore. So what we put 3 on gold, 2 on wood, and then N onto food until we can up. And we want to up here with 14 villagers. So that's 14 villagers into 2 town center with Vault of Erebus. And in this game here, we play against our 2K coach, the Rappel, who's one of the best players, and he plays Poseidon. This is a very hard matchup. I think we already have a YouTube game posted where I lose with Hades against Rappel Poseidon on Ghost Lake. And now we have the rematch, we could say. Okay, so you see, once we are at 2,900 gold, we move our 3 villagers to the temple, and we let them collect favor until we are at 15 favor. So, I just repeat the build once again. The first 3 villagers go onto gold. The 4th villager will build a storehouse near woodline. Preferably, no, it doesn't actually matter. And this build, that they are close together doesn't really matter. The 5th villager will collect 1 batch of food, so like 15 food or 10 or 12, something over 10. And then move on to wood as well. So we have 3 on gold, 2 on wood, and then all other villages until we go up. So and we go up with 14 villagers. So 9 new villagers will be sent to food. And once we have the 15 favor for Vault of Erebus, we move 2 villagers off the temple to the food source. And it's important to have the temple kind of close to the food so that you don't generate huge walking time. And now our scout is still walking around and scouting. And what's so cool about this build is that we prioritize an early second town center, so we get additional vills fast, and also we can defend it better. But also what's so nice, we still get the Vault of Erebus. This is additional 2.35 villagers, and it pays itself off after 150 seconds, so like 2.5 minutes. So once we go up, we use the town bell here to get our timing right. Once we go up, we put 5 on gold, 7 on wood, and we keep 2 on food. And I just like to keep the villager a tick longer on food so that I can get an HX. It's a little bit min-maxy, you know, you have to maybe test this out a bit. So now force drop that we can build the HX. I want to get this relic here because this makes mystical units spam their abilities more often, and I don't want this for Rapper so that he can use it for his centaurs. So now we move out. But now he collected it already, so I don't even check it. I instantly move back to defend against the centaur. And now against Poseidon, like if our enemy was like a Isis or so, we could just move out those gold villages already. You can move them out when you are at like 320 gold, because the Vault of Erebus will bring in enough gold that you get the town center. But here we are against Poseidon, so we cannot immediately go for a second town center. We could also drop a village center, but I kind of want to see where he's at. I don't see an Atalanta. Now I see the Atalanta. So now my thing is, I want him to chase my Ajax so that I get this position here. So this town center can be crept even earlier, but now against Poseidon we have to be a little bit more careful. But it kind of works out very nice. He sends in the first Hippican, and we can assume that he will also go for a second TC fast, especially if he sees ours. And we kill the scout here with the Minotaur. So everything is walled in. We have the town center. We have the second town center. With our main town center, you want to queue on food. So when you go up, you have 2 on food, 7 on wood, 5 on gold, and then you can immediately go for the second town center. So we sacrificed our Ajax here in order to buy some time. And now it's kind of like we kind of want to have vision. So you always want to scout. We kind of want to have vision what Rebel is doing. There is a world where he could go 1 TC full stable and then tries maybe a big bronze push on our second gold mine attempt. But this doesn't work too well against Hades because Hades doesn't really need to collect that much gold as Vault of Erebus is running the whole time. And he shoves us off this food. We are low-key kind of auto-losing because the Poseidon will be able to hunt. Meanwhile, we are on berries and chicken and stuff like this. But we have a very fast second town center. And since we only see a small unit group here, my assumption was that he's going, that Rappel will be going for a second town center as well, as a response. So we skip all economic upgrades. We just queue the towers, so they give us some little bit more wiggle room. You know, we are short on food. All our food sources are kind of forward. We also have to start eating our pigs, so it's not too good. But we have the Vault of Erebus running, and we have 2 town centers. So let's look at the Rappel. He starts building this. We are currently ahead by 3 villagers. With Vault of Erebus, we are ahead by 5.35. So just make sure we don't lose too many villagers on some raids. So we scout the town center here. Every time when you scout, you have to check up the economy upgrades. He has husbandry. And then also kind of want to have an idea where your next gold will be. So I just want to zone the centaur away from using his special ability on the villagers because I want them to keep gathering. So I'm fine fighting this here. As long as the centaur doesn't use his special ability like he just did. Now I want to go in the tower because if he keeps running in here, I want to jump out and maybe attack the centaur from behind. So the town center is up. Okay, this wasn't so good. I was not paying attention here. I should soon move this guy away. Yeah. Maybe kill off some hunt here so they start decaying. And now Rebel is doing something greedy. I mean, it's not that greedy actually. He goes for 3 town center. And this is really good because he still technically has the map control. And also because you can kind of counter 2 town center with 3 town center. So, and he also kind of has all these hunt spots available for him. This is kind of a good strategy for him to do. But we don't see many units. So we want to defend our own hunt spot here with a couple units because hunting is so important. It's just so cost inefficient to get a lot of farms now. So we want to kind of, you know, distract Rappel here. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere here. So we wanna shove him off this food, just cause some idle time. And we also want to use hoplites to defend both forward hunting spots for us. So now we move in here, check the economy upgrades again, still husbandry. We just get a couple units. Don't overdo here, just a couple of hoplites. Enough to have some map presence. To defend our own hunting and shove the Rappel off. And we have currently no idea that he's actually on this town center as well. And I see now this army coming in, so I retreat here. And get the hoplites in. So we're still nicely ahead in villagers. Even though Rebel is on 3 town centers, we had such a nice start. We have the Vault of Erebus, which you cannot see. It's not represented in stats here, but it's giving us a constant supply of gold. So economically, we're still ahead. Not by a lot, but just a little bit. Now we go up through Aphrodite, and we pre-queue some eco upgrades and the basic infantry upgrade. And now we want to move in with this guys and then shove him off these food sources here. I have no idea where Rubble is currently at. It's not even on them, really. Just here. And we still didn't see the town center. And the Rubble is also going heroic and still producing out of 2 town centers. So we come here, we see no villagers, kind of disappointing, but now we kill all this food here so that it starts decaying. So very strong. If you make this a habit, you can mess with opponents really well. So now we move on to this one here. And now we go for a forward mid-goal. So forward fortress. So we don't know that there's a TC yet, but this is a very good position because it gives us an opportunity to siege this. Now obviously also this, but we can also from there then push towards his main. So the position is really good. We can kind of grab this here with the curse. So if he comes in with units, we can cast curse. Obviously we don't know that he's hitting curse as well at the same time, or Aphrodite. So now we know we are against 3 town centers, and he's also heroic. There's some harass going on here. We're still pretty much even in population. That's crazy. Because we're killing some civilians to reduce Rappel's lead, and he's not paying attention. So from Rappel's point of view, he's attacked from 2 sides, and he has this fortress in the middle. And we can soon put sentinels around them, around the fortress, to defend even better. So now we start sieging this town center down. And here he moves in with Hypnotists, which counter the hoplites. And we should actually move off here. We take the fight. Kill another villager, that's huge. So all of this from going up with 14 villages in Vault of Erebus. And you can do this 2 town center strategy with a forward fortress. You can do this against almost any civ. I just did it against Kido's Loki and it worked also very well. You can just basically do the fast 2 town center strategy. Maybe a bit prematurely getting those sentinels. And here come the 8 militia that he gets. So he gets in total 16 militia if we kill this town center as well. But it is what it is. And we're still basically even at villagers. Now Keys comes in as really helpful for the Raptor. Because he wants to get out a lot of catapults to defend this position. But remember, we still have Restoration, which is a huge god power. The Raptor has nice economic upgrades. We have as well. And now we move in. A big chain of upgrades running here. Maybe we should wait until they are through. Chiron shoots down this line soon. Nice. So no special ability here. I should really kill this wall here. So look from the Raptor perspective. He's now really focused on this spot. Get the resto in. Oh my god, this resto is so huge on this catapult. Huge fight here. This line is maybe a little bit out of position. Now we need to get this town center, but I still at this point feel very much ahead because I know we are 2 town center against 2 town center. And we're in a very nice position here. Now it's 2 TC against 1 TC. So we obviously don't see the army value of the rebel. But yeah, we are currently 2k in value ahead. Okay, there's 2 catapults in there. I should really kill this wall, I didn't pay attention. And every time we kill a building, militia will pop out. Another 3 free army, basically. So that's why I'm also building Toxotes. And now open this up to raid this spot with a lion. So here comes a nice raid. And he picks the fight here, wow. And they're actually quite able to shank down this line a bit. Okay, nice. 3 town center. The rebel sees it, okay. He has a vision on it. I think at this point he must realize it's over because he's a 1 town center with no map control against 3 town center. So yeah, very nice game. Finally, we played a rematch, Hades against Poseidon. If you liked the video for the build order, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.